Welcome to Rauta's Assassin's Creed Shadow Stream 51. As you can see, it's been a long ride indeed, and I already played a couple of hours today during the afternoon or whatever, but I didn't stream it because I didn't know exactly how much time I would have between running the errands and going to the gym and all. So decided to save the actual streaming for later today. So in the last region we are, so towards the end we go, and today was of course a day for the last interview of the year, Life Lover. So hopefully you had the time to check it out. At least I think it was a fascinating one. For sure it was interesting for me to do it, so I hope you also got to enjoy that particular interview. Not a very common thing to do. I hear you, Dixon. Well, luckily for me, it's been a totally day off, so I've been basically doing... Hello, Umbra Luciferi. So for me, it has been mostly a free day. Just did some stuff at home and a summer cabin, you know, like just very, very basic things. Went to get a little bit firewood from the cabin to clean it up after some guests and so forth. So at least for my part, it has been very, very easygoing day. And then I actually watched a movie, you know, a full movie within one day, which is not common for me. Watched the one battle after another today, which was almost 3 hours. It was quite good, but I'll be honest with you, wasn't as good as I anticipated, or should I say I hoped it to be better. But it is what it is, and was worth watching, but probably not gonna do another run with that. Didn't find it that fascinating, to say the least. And I also started watching Pluribus, the new TV series by the same person who created, you know, Breaking Bad. And at least it started pretty interesting, but didn't even watch the first full episode, so I can tell it more about that once I'm actually done more than half an episode. And now I'm planning actually the festivals for 2026. I think I mentioned it about a couple of streams ago that me and my cameraman, we sit down to plan some trips for year 2026. so I have at least some kind of a video in the making about it. Because to be honest, the summertime for 2026 doesn't look too promising. Meaning the whole summertime pretty much is quite boring. What the hell? I was just... What a slaughter. And beheading the enemy. And more. They still want more. So I hope you're still hearing me normally. I wasn't sure because some microphone settings and whatever, but
Hi.
hello Tia, can you hear me normally? Just let me know if you can't. I mean, can.
Hearing fine.
All right, good to hear. Goddamn, how many enemies this fucking village has? They're bringing everybody and their aunts. This guy is backing the fuck down. It's actually nice to do something else than just melee. Fucking down, fucking shooting these gunning these guys down. God damn it, where is the key? I thought I already had it, but no. So how is everybody's second Christmas day going? Anything special? Like for me, it's been just, doing errands and hitting the gym and stuff like that, or watching a movie. And yeah, a little bit gaming too, especially towards the end of the night.
Only Steelfest for you in 2026. HMF pretty weak, but last year was great.
Hello taiteilija Suoli. Yeah, Steelfest 2026 is definitely happening, but also Inferno, and it seems like Beyond the Gates also this year, but Helsinki Metal Festival for 26 seems pretty boring. But me and my cameraman, we are looking for other possibilities during the year, but it seems June and July is just filled with boring festivals, unless things like Hellfest is being considered. But okay, now this elite decided to make a comeback, and he paid for it. But yeah, definitely more than just one festival. I don't even remember a year when I attended just one festival. But yeah, technically speaking, if you consider Nordic Metal Cruise a festival, then technically speaking, my festival season starts in February with that Nordic Metal Cruise, and then Turku Saatanalla is of course in March. And Inferno is in April, and Steelfest is in May. So the first half of the year looks pretty good to me. But it's more like that June and July looks quite boring. And that's what kind of not really troubling me, but it could be a lot better, to be fully honest about it. So might be nothing really happening for me in terms of June and July, but I don't know. We have to take a closer look about it a little bit later on. But that's the conclusion we came to last weekend. But if it means that June and July are empty in terms of interesting festivals, then it just means that more trips will be done.
Been thinking of Brutal Assault as an option to HMF.
Yeah, but even Brutal Assault wasn't too interesting in terms of lineup. I mean, it seemed quite okay, but like neither of us was like really happy about it. I mean, there were quite a few actually festivals which were like quite okay, Partisan, whatever. But the thing is, when you consider those lineups, that they're outside Finland, and you have to consider the flights and stuff like that. I mean, most of them were not exactly that great. You know, good enough if they were on, you know, Finnish soil and something like that, but in terms of, you know,
Best
flying
Rauta players
outside.
I've seen recently.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's so many festivals which are like quite okay as such.
Ceremony and Idrosia Festival January in Trondheim. I have not been there before and cannot make it this January but planning on 2027.
Yeah, that ceremony in Trondheim, I was actually invited there, but basically it became too quickly, and you know, to be honest, the tickets, you know, considering that you have to fly to Trondheim, which means probably first to Bergen or first to Oslo, and then another flight to Trondheim for that kind of a lineup. I mean, it's quite fucking expensive trip in that sense. So I was thinking about it, and then there's a week earlier another festival in Oslo. My original plan was to go Oslo first for this smaller festival, 2 days also, and then stay a week in Norway and then go to Trondheim, or well, less than a week, about 5 days. But then it turned out it would have been quite expensive and so much, uh, you know, so much expenses in January already that I mean, December already, I figured out, no, it's not gonna be, you know, possible at least this year. But yeah, I would definitely want to visit Trondheim at some point. But for me to justify to doing the trip with some Rauta money would mean I would first have to be 100% sure there would be, you know, enough interviews for me to do, or otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. God damn it, everything in this place is so scattered around. I'm like thinking where to go next. But yeah, Trondheim is something that is on my bucket list, so to say, and especially to see some bands playing there, because Trondheim scene is interesting to say the least. But in the end, it's all about, you know, money and stuff. So yeah, I gotta ponder a little bit of that. At the moment, I don't even have money for Rauta trips, so basically, I really have to wait for some money reserves to be built up again before I can do those trips. But let's say within a few months, it's possible to, get some flights and stuff.
暗き時代においても誰かが受け継がねばならん。助けてくれて感謝する。返礼に何かしてやれると良いのだが。
最近変わったことはあったか？
But yeah, it will be interesting to see how this year unfolds in terms of festivals. I've already heard something interesting happening in November, but nothing is public about it. So I promise to help this person or this organization who is planning this interesting set for November, that whenever there is information available, I would definitely help to promote this event. But it's a little bit too early to say anything, except supposed to take place in November and not in Finland anyway. But this is an organizer who have made interesting events before, something that I featured on the channel. So you'll just, I guess, have to take my word for it that it's gonna be interesting this time as well. His brutality is hilarious. Head chopping fun. These are some really hateful monks. More than 105 hours in, that's quite some time. Okay, let's see this viewpoint. My high plan is to finally finish at least this main story by New Year's Eve. This guy's riffing. I'll switch to another character. Let's see what the time is. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock. I think I'll be finished in about an hour. Not that I have very early wake up call, but still some stuff to do at home, so maybe it's better if I don't stay up all night and then sleep too. Sleep too long. Especially there's still some things to be done during the daytime. Like I should prepare some videos for early January and stuff, so kind of should take the benefit of daylight. It feels so weird that it's been like 3 days off from work and now it's tomorrow, it's still weekend ahead. So I'm like very confused about this week. But yeah, on the other good news is that Annihilator's third album is more or less ready to be delivered to the press plant, meaning I just finished today some proofreading with the lyrics and stuff and delivered them to the label, so that album should finally come to fruition. At some point. Originally I thought the new album would be out already this year. But everything is being delayed and shit, so it seems like the new album should be coming out in 2026. Because mixing is already done and everything, even the album cover is already done, so just fine tuning with the credits and stuff, and things should be ready for pressing plant sooner or later. I don't know even how many people have heard Annihilators, but it's crude, simple black metal. Not for everybody, not for those who are maybe more into melodic black metal. So it's quite different from my, should I say, main band, Nightside. But personally, I'm happy with the results. So it's good to get that album out there eventually. And in case you want to know what the band is roughly all about, one can always check out the previous album Dead from Above, which was out in 2019. So many hateful monks over here. I was reading some of the codex here about these monks that lived in Japan, and according to that, it seems like they were really militant ones.
遠藤智康は撃った。立ち去らねばお主も切るぞ。
刀を収められよ。私は安家を助けに参ったまで。
安家に忍びの仲間がおったとは知らなんだ。
ゆえあって遠藤智康の死は安家に伝える。すぐに離れる方がよい。
This looks like a cool cemetery. Wish I could visit something like this in real life too. I mean, cemeteries are pretty much always very interesting. One of the best cemeteries I ever visited was in Milan. It is huge and filled with great tombs and whatnot. Like a magnificent place, really. Another one, really great one, is in Glasgow, the what you call it, necropolis. Very fascinating place. In general, I would urge that metal people would visit more graves and cemeteries.
おかげで助かった。もし何か必要としておることがあれば、遠慮なく申し付けてほしい。
ここのことについて教えてほしい。
Excellent, more interesting. Neisenstein. Yeah, but definitely graveyards, cemeteries, whatever.
Sign of the horns, light skin tone.
Definitely something that I enjoy. They're so serene and beautiful. At the same time, they really remind us about, you know, hey, what is this place? I missed that. So they also remind us about death. So definitely worth checking out.
Rauta.
I've walked by Cimetière de Montmartre in Paris on our way to Moulin Rouge, not the movie.
That sounds interesting, Daitelia Suoli. The only cemetery-like place I've seen in Paris, because I've been there like properly just once, And another time I was in Disneyland, so just passing through, and these catacombs. That's definitely my number one place in terms of any kind of cemetery.
頭が割れそうに痛い。お地蔵様、お助けください。
This guy is definitely having hangover. Yeah, vomiting and complaining. Probably just been drinking too much. But yeah, top 3 places in my opinion, the places I've been in terms of cemeteries would be Catacombs number 1, and then the Glasgow Necropolis, and the third one would be that Milan thing. But I remember some other cool places, just can't remember where they were. I can think we saw some cool cemetery. I remember one in Nice, France, and in Prague I remember one cemetery. But I don't remember all the places I've been to. Like I don't remember that we ever visited a cemetery in the United States, and I could imagine them being quite, big. Given the nature, at least what we see in the United States. I mean American movies, that is. And also when we were in Vietnam, not so much related to cemeteries, but those Buddhist temples, they were fascinating as well. Kind of similar to what you see in the game, but also different. Damn, I already thought I visited 3 different places.
Why didn't I think of the catacombs while in Paris? Grinning, squinting face.
Yeah, Taiteilija Suli, that's definitely one of my top places ever. One of them being also Colosseum, but that's not, of course, cemetery. But like some of my all-time favorite places. Colosseum and those catacombs, I mean. Also Central Park in New York City, but nothing to do once again with cemeteries.
騙す気ではあるまいな。
違う。野党の頃の仲間はわしに腹を立て命を狙っておる。
お前の新しい生き方を認めておらんのかもな。
やもしれん。野党どもは近辺で僧や巡礼者を襲っておる。
なら私が何とかしよう。皆のためにな。
かたじけない。礼は必ず。 野党を始末し、皆が安心できるようになったら来てくれ。わしも安心して暮らしたい。
If there's one thing what I don't like in this game are these big massive places where you have to do like honor these shrines and you have absolutely no idea because things are so scattered around. And then you end up running back and forth like in this case. This is pretty much any kind of praying I do. I don't pray anything to in real life, so I can at least do it in a game. Maybe I should start praying, like pray to the god of iron and pray to the god of booze. Become full-time alcoholic. I hope people understand that I'm kidding.
この家、村長の書きつけにあったの。調べてみよう。野党との関わりが記されておる。村長の疑いは当たったな。
卑劣者め！今の気のせい。私は楽しめそうじゃ。刀を捨てようじゃ。もう我慢の限界じゃ。
行くぞ。
Just awesome looking place, by the way. Seeing these kind of places in real life would be just mind-blowing. Alright, feeling a little bit tired, but I guess I will manage about some 30-40 minutes and then hit the sack. So many places in this area, and I'm still like where to go after which and that objective, because so many places where to go. riding a horse and summoning a horse in real life would be that easy, I would be riding all the fucking time.
よし。
また福井家の呪いじゃな。私を市へ行かすなと言うたのに。福井家の呪いを受けるぞ。すぐにここを去れ。
落ち着け。どうしたんじゃ。
作物を売りに来たのじゃが道に迷ってしもうてな。恐ろしゅうて全部食ってしもうた。どうしたらよいじゃろう。
これを家に持ち帰るといい。
なんとされと言ったじゃろ。
何をするんじゃ。
受け取ればあんたも呪われる。ありがたく思ってはよされ。家はどっちじゃ。
That was some crazy woman.
行くぞ。よし。
様に会わなかったか。海にはこの辺りだとどこかにいらっしゃるはずなんだが。
落ち着け、純次郎。私が探してみよう。少し聞き回ってみる。
よう来られた。参拝のお方か。
いえ、僧を探しておるのです。草原という老僧を見たことが。
おお、草原殿か。あの変わったご老人ですな。親切だが驚くほど頑固者の。
頑固でなければあの年まで生きてはおれません。
どれほど進めても宿にも宿坊にも泊まらず、滝のそばで野宿をすると言うて聞いてくださらんかった。民の安寧を願うなら正しくお参りをせねばと言われましてな。今もその場所におられるはずです。
God damn it.
Spending my evening setting up new PC. Such a hassle every time to get everything running.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Dia. I'm not really fan of that stuff these days. Used to be more fun, younger. These days it's just mandatory bullshit. I recently set up a new computer for my dad's wife, and while it was a laptop, so everything was pretty much pre-installed, it still was like slow and boring process because so much time went for waiting for Windows to update and stuff like that.
草原という層を探しとるんじゃ。見なかったか。
そのお方も熊の詣でかい？あまりに多くてとても見分けはつかんよ。山のてっぺんを目指すアリの行列だな。
Windows 11 brought a lot of new users for Mac and Linux.
Yeah, I guess so, Tieteli, but to be honest, I have no reason to personally go for, Linux, for example. Mac I could consider if I don't care about gaming. Just for being so easy, and since I already have an iPad and iPhone, I think it... Oh goddamn, I went straight the wrong direction. Fuck me, sideways.
和尚様、お久しぶりです。
おお、直江。いつか来るのではと思っとった。
I think it's time for me to put the game on pause, set the game and all that stuff with this quest. I'm really getting tired. Maybe it was the gym, or maybe it was the early wake-up call today, or both, but I think I need to sleep. But I will be back tomorrow for more game streaming anyway, because it's another day off and my errands around the house should not be taking too long. So I'm thinking of basically gaming, watching a little bit TV, doing the stuff at the house. I'm taking it and going to the gym, of course. Doing groceries, you know, the kind of a normal shit.
わしもあの子もな。那智の滝、見事であろう。この滝には飛龍権現という神が宿ると伝えられておってな。それはこの地での仏のお姿なのだ。そして広い心を持てば、あらゆるものは共に生きてゆけるのだと我々に教えてくれておる。
私と純次郎を引き合わせて何故うまくいくと思われたのです。
魂には形がある。へこんでおったり尖っておったりな。そしてその魂の形が重なり合えば、その二人はうまくいく。人の絵にしとは分からぬものよの。あの子をそなたのもとに預け旅に出たら、変わった侍を連れて会いに来るのじゃからな。
安家は強く心根のまっすぐな男です。純次郎のそばにおってほしいものは他にそうはおりません。この先も長き旅となるのですか？
そうじゃな。西国観音巡礼の道のりは長く、これはまだ旅の始まり。遠回りした後、やっと誠の始まりにたどり着いた。
それほど長き道のりの巡礼に挑まれるとは頭が下がります。しかもそのお年で。
この足で行けるとこまで行くだけじゃ。されどわしの身を案じてくれていることは分かっておる。嬉しいぞ。
次は水を汲んできます。うまい汁を作って差し上げたかったんですが、茶にしておきます。
純次郎はまこと優しいな。
楽しみじゃのう。
Oh yeah, there's this important side mission which I should do in order to proceed with some mastery points, which I should do it next. Okay, this will be the last thing I want to do today because this is already here. And then I can always come back to this after I have visited the hideout and shit. Actually, I think I will do that hideout upgrade before I hit the sack, and then I can move on to the quests tomorrow. So Tia, what kind of computer did you get?
嵐を恐れても大水を防ぐことはできん。
Ooh. Zen Master. Nice.
New OSIS. Should have AI enhanced processor and 32 RAM should be fine for gaming and work.
Yeah, sounds awesome. So it's tabletop, I guess. Sounds good. What you plan to game next? Do you have something specific in your mind?
Finishing Cyberpunk 2077, then going to look for something new or just go for old ones I still haven't finished.
Yeah, makes sense. Cyberpunk was definitely a good one. I enjoyed it, even though that too kind of became a little bit repetitive over time, but I mean, it was a good game. I still haven't played the DLC, which I have, to be played later on.
started Control a while back but haven't played more than maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, Control was also a good game. I played it very fresh when it was released. I got the code through my work.
The second one comes out.
Yeah, but the second Control game is still too far away. But good game for sure. Nice action, and the new weird setting is kind of a... It's semi-horror in a way. I mean, it's mostly action game, but the setting is kind of a horror-like.
Yeah, it got some pretty nice reviews.
Yeah, it's... I would say it's... I haven't played Alan Wake 2 yet, but I would say... not including that, I would say it's... you know, the second best... I mean, technically speaking, third best Remedy game. I only like Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2 more than that. God damn, I don't have enough money. So I guess it's time to sell stuff again. Alright. As much as it would be fun to continue a little bit more, but gotta hit the sack. So good night, people, and thanks for being on the stream with your questions and entertainment. 106 hours in, quite a lengthy ride been so far, but I feel we're closing it with the last area and all. Anyway, catch you later, probably tomorrow if you're hanging around for more stream content, and if you haven't seen the Life Labber interview yet, go do it. It's pretty interesting, even if I say it myself. But now I wish you good night and catch you later. Catch you tomorrow. Catch you later. Bye.
Night. Bye.
Night. Bye bye.